Hey, thanks for joining me. Today I have another card to make. This is a birthday card and it's really pretty, birthday wishes. And I have it folding instead of this way, this way. I kind of like the way these cards stand with the horizontal look, but it's, I don't know, it stands up a little bit better. Anyway, I'm using the Floral Essence, the smaller stamp here, and the small leaf, and the Petal Labels, this big one. And then the sentiments I took from varied vases. You could use whatever sentiments you want, but I really love the way this looks cut out, soft sea foam and rich razzleberry. So I really like the way this card came out. I have it lifted up with dimensionals, so it's kind of a 3D card. So anyway, let's get started. So I have my pieces cut, and again, this is your normal A2 card size. But instead of top folding, I have it side folding as horizontal. Hope that makes sense. I'll have all the dimensions on my my web page, web blog, whatever you call it. It is pspapercrafts.com. So first I'm going to just start stamping, and actually let me cut this out with this so I can kind of have a guide for what I'm stamping. Now this is your normal size layer, 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm just going to cut the center out. So I'm going to stop the video. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to just pull this off, and it's a little bit delicate, and I may have to punch some things out. So there's some pieces you want to be careful of. I'll punch those out later, that they just kind of don't pull. Okay, and I'll just get my Picket tool, and this I will just turn around to get the point and poke some of these out. They're pretty easy to come out. Most of them did fall out, so that was nice. Oops. Get this guy out. They really kind of are hooked together a little bit. Maybe that one's not cut fully. There we go. And let's see if this guy can poke out. A couple over here. And this last one. So I think that's all of them. So let's just get them out of the way. And this piece I cut just a tiny bit smaller, so I didn't have any white showing. So I mean, it's really just a fraction smaller. And I see I still have one over here. Sometimes there's one that gets away from me. So I'm not going to draw, I mean, you could draw a line and all of that stuff. I'm going to just judge it and do my flowers down below. So I'm using the Rich Razzleberry, and I'm going to just stamp the flowers around, and I'll kind of go back and forth to see how it's looking. So I kind of stamped, and then I went around just to fill them in. I don't really know if that's going to show or not. And I want to have some room for leaves as well. And half of these probably won't even show up, but it's nice to have them all. So let's just take a look, see how that looks. I think I'll do one more over here. It might be a little bit high, but I think that's okay. All right. So now I'm going to fill in with some leaves. And I used the garden green for the leaves. I thought the soft sea foam would be a little bit too light, so I thought I would go with the garden green. And again, you don't really know what's going to show. And I like to do 2 leaves at a time. And you can go back and forth and see what it looks like. Just fill in some here and there in the white spots. Let's see how that looks. I think I'm going to put one down here, a couple here. I'm not sure I want to put one up there. Seems like it needs something though. All right, enough leaves. And then we're going to do crushed curry for this little center part of the flower, which I think really makes the flower pop. And I'm going to put it on all, whether they're showing or not. And I'll just go around and place them on the inside. Okay, so everything is stamped. Hopefully that won't show through. I think I had it on my finger here. So let's close that up. And then I did my sentiment. And I used the birthday wishes. Where do I have it? And I just kind of lined it up and figured out around the leaves where I was going to put it. So again, I'm winging it. And it looks like I got a little green on here. I must have green on my fingers. So I'm going to use the black Memento ink and do the birthday wishes. And I'm going to just try to put it down in here. And let's see how that looks. I probably could have gone up a little bit higher, but I think that's okay. I could always move this down a little bit and then just chop off the top. I think I'll do that. And then just cut the top up. See how I'm doing that? I'm just kind of pulling it down a little bit. So I'm going to just step away and cut off that top just a hair, just to make it fit better. I'll be right back. Okay, back again. So I just took off maybe 1/8 of an inch up at the top. And that will help me kind of get this on a little bit better. So then on the inside, we'll stamp the inside. I did Hope Your Day Blooms with Happiness in black ink. So let's get that one going, and then we'll put it together in a minute. So let's get the black ink out again. And I'm going to put it up a little bit toward the top in the center. So again, that is from this Varied Vases. I thought that's a pretty, I like the sentiments, but you can use whatever sentiments you want. And then let's do some flowers in the bottom corner. I'm going to add some leaves and get that done. So it's okay to stamp off a little bit. And we want the centers and we want the leaves. So let's get the crushed curry out in that centerpiece again. That just makes it, pulls it all together, I think. All right, and then we'll just get the leaves going. Garden green. So it's a pretty easy card to put together. And I think it's really beautiful. I love the colors of the Rich Razzleberry. And you could put leaves wherever you want. I might be putting too many on, but I think that's okay. Alrighty, so let's put it together. What I did was I put dimensionals around here. And you'll see I have some smudges, but they will cover up. So I put a lot of dimensionals on. I wanted to be sure that I had everything nice and adhered down. So this inside is not going to have anything on it. The back is off of that. So I wanted to make sure that I had them in the corner, but I also had them close to this cutting image. And you can add the mini dimensionals as well. They'll fit good in tight spaces. Let's see, will this fit here? And sometimes you want to make sure that, I'll put it down here, that the point doesn't stick out. So sometimes putting it down a certain way will make it work better. So I think I'm going to put some of the mini dimensionals in some of these smaller places. So it's nice to have both. I mean, I really like the big dimensionals better personally, but when you need a small spot covered or adhered, these really make it nice. See that top? That would be tough. I'm going to put it right there, and we'll put one right here. You can always cut them as well. So I think that is enough. So I'm going to just take my little trash can, and I know I'm going off a little bit, but I'll just taking the backings off. I'm putting them in my little trash can because these things get everywhere. Sometimes I go to bed and they're on my bathroom floor, and I'm thinking, where did they come from? They are sticky. Okay, so now we're going to just lay this over, pulling it down a little bit. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just adhere this down with some liquid glue. See, there's some hanging out over, but don't worry about it. It never is going to line up exactly. Well, I guess it could, but it's just hard to line it up exactly. How's that? So let's get this. Now with the liquid glue, you have more of a chance to lay it down and get it in the right place. Isn't that pretty? And then I'll put a little bit of liquid glue in here. And then we're done. You can put some rhinestones or pearls or something like that, but I thought it was pretty just the way it is. Alrighty. So these are both done. I think they're really pretty. Let me get rid of this. I love the color combo. I like the soft sea foam with this. Even though it's very light and delicate, I think the contrast is nice. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again. Take care. Bye.